Viewers, for the last 2 days, the Congress and its allies have been on a warpath. They have accused the NDA of presenting a budget that favors only two states, Andhra Pradesh and Bihar. The India bloc says that the BJP has been forced to do this to secure the Prime Minister's survival by bribing the allies to support him. These are the charges that are being made against the BJP. The BJP has turned blue in the face, adducing evidence to show that the charge is misplaced. It has produced list after list of allocations the NDA has given to other states and cited precedents when the UPA in its budgets left out states. Given how sensitive the India bloc is to ensure equity through budgets, it is surprising that the Congress party in its own state budget for Telangana has not practiced what it lectures the BJP on day in and day out. Consider the hard facts. The budget allocation for Minority Welfare Department in Telangana has been increased to a whopping rupees 3,003 crores. 3,003 crores. The minority allocation is up over last year by nearly 800 crores from rupees 2,200 crores under the previous BRS government. So in 1 year, the government has changed, viewers. The allocation has gone up by nearly 800 crores for minority welfare schemes. Now comes the interesting part. For minorities, the spend goes up. You would expect, viewers, the Congress would be equitable and ensure that the spend for other communities would also go up. Otherwise, viewers, they would be open to the same charge that they level at the center, that they are being unfair to certain communities and favoring certain others. Now, viewers, the budgeted expenditure on scheduled caste development, which is Dalit Development Department, is down from 21,000 crores to just 7,638 crores. So almost slashed by 2/3. 66% almost, viewers. Slash in expense for the Dalit Development Department. Here is another hard fact. So if the Dalits have found a steep cut, then the spend on Tribal Welfare Department is also down from rupees 4,365 crores to rupees 3,969 crores, which is almost, viewers, 350 crores. Here is another hard fact. Rupees 33 crores have been allocated for Ramzan celebrations. We are yet to find out, viewers. We are still going through, so I must inject a caveat here. If there has been a similar spend on facilitating Hindu festivals, rupees 50 lakhs are being spent for the repair and maintenance of Ashur Khanas. One hopes that the maintenance of religious sites or places of significance of other communities are also being looked after. Rupees 4.43 crores are being spent for Hajj pilgrims. Indeed, the Congress has principally benefited one community that constitutes around just 50 lakhs of the total population. So should it be called out for bias? The Congress constantly talks about jitni abadi utna haq. Rahul Gandhi does, viewers. You might remember that. But today, they're going absolute in the opposite direction of that. Moreover, the cutback on spends for SCs and STs is particularly duplicitous, as the Congress has been positioning itself as the sole guardian of Dalit and tribal interests, of Dalit and Adivasi interests in this country. How do the deep cuts in the Dalit and Adivasi allocations configure against the Congress invoking social justice for meme and bheem? The Congress constantly talks about this hyphenation which is Muslim and of course those in the Dalit community. It sees them as equals, but viewers, when it came to giving out bursaries, allocations under the budget, it made a huge distinction. It cut the Dalit spend by 60% plus it increased the spend on minorities by almost 28 to 30%. The cutback in allocations for ST-SCs stands out when the budgetary allocations reveal that even a group like the Tablighi Jamaat got an allocation to cover its expenditures on a meeting it organized earlier in the year. The spend is a problem as it signals support for an aggressively proselytizing, allegedly Islamist extremist group. Here's what the hard facts reveal, viewers, and they'll come up on your screens. 2.4 crores was allocated for the meeting of Tablighi Jamaat Islamiyah in January 2024. Why it's a problem? The Tablighi Jamaat is banned in several Muslim countries as the group's teachings are viewed as, quote, too extremist, unquote. The Saudi government has called the TJ or the Tablighi Jamaat as one of the, quote, gates of tourism, unquote. The original founders of the Harkatul Mujahideen, the terror group involved in the IC-814 hijacking in 1999, were members of the TJ. The TJ cadre has been active in Islamist terror attacks in Kashmir. As per WikiLeaks documents, some of the 9/11 Al-Qaeda suspects detained by the US in Guantanamo Bay had stayed in TJ premises in Tablighi Jamaat premises in Nizamuddin West, New Delhi, several years ago. In 2020, MHA blacklisted 2,550 foreign TJ members and banned their entry into India for 10 years. Now, stung by the opposition's coordinated attack on the union budget, the BJP has spotted a perfect opportunity to get back at the Congress. Listen in, viewers, to what is being said by the BJP.
The Congress government in Telangana has again proven that it is nothing but an appeasement government. Congress government is anti-farmer, anti-minority, anti-Dalit. The way the Congress party has increased disproportionate budget of the minorities in Telangana and reduced the budget of the SCs, it proves one point that Congress party uses the people of India, whether it is SC, ST, OBC, minorities, only and only as vote bank. It is just not limited to Telangana. Even in Karnataka, they snatched the rights of the Dalits and took away the rights of the Dalit. This is where the Valmiki scam was there.
Let me open this up. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawalla straight up. Tehseen Poonawalla, you've heard the facts. I've listed them exactly as they were spelt out in the budget. The document has been attached and even tweeted by me. Please have a look. You will see the disparity, the cutbacks in the Dalit expense, tribal expense, and the increase in the minority welfare expenditure. Now you, or at least your party, constantly talks about being the guardians of the Dalits, of the tribals. How do you explain this disparity? This cutback in one community that you claim you constantly look out for, another community that you hold at the same level, meme and beam level. What explains this?
So I'd like to just make one thing extremely clear. The Tablighi Jamaat is not banned by the MHA. Some members may have been banned. The Tablighi Jamaat is not banned by the MHA. In fact, the Tablighi Jamaat assembles, or their Jamaat Khana, is very close to the Honorable Prime Minister's house. And let me just give your viewers news that one of the NSAs, or the NSA actually, is quite in good relationship with the Tablighi Jamaat leadership. Quite often, India encourages them to be here. So let's be very clear. I don't like the Tablighi Jamaat. I'm not a supporter of it. But somebody who's a very strong supporter of the Honorable Prime Minister,
viewers, let me tell you.
Now,
Mr. Poonawalla has come out and said very clearly he's not a supporter of the Tablighi Jamaat, but the party that he favors supports them by giving them money. The Congress can take a completely different view on this, viewers, but they haven't. I just want to put that out. Yes, Mr. Poonawalla, go ahead.
That's fine. But the Prime Minister's biggest Muslim... No, there's no contradiction. The Prime Minister's biggest supporter is a member of the Tablighi Jamaat. And during the lockdown, the NSA chief, Ajit Doval, was meeting with them. Please, let's be clear. India has kept it open for the Tablighi Jamaat. India has not banned the Tablighi Jamaat. In fact, the Tablighi Jamaat congregation happens few kilometers away from the
I don't know about this. I'm sorry, but I don't know about this. We will check it. I will have it checked. But it's not banned. Some elements of them are banned. And one minute. What is the point that you're making? Again, Mr. Poonawalla, are you justifying? No, are you justifying the presence or the funding of a group, viewers, which aggressively proselytizes in this country, which is being called out for its extremist views, not by India, unfortunately, viewers, but by Saudi Arabia, by Muslim countries in Central Asia? They call them, the Saudis call them the gateway to terrorism. And here the Congress is funding them. And what do we have? We have a response from Mr. Poonawalla that says, the Prime Minister loves them, so we can also give them money.
He does.
Odd.
He does.
But you don't.
I'm not saying
but you don't. Do you? You don't support them, do you?
Please speak. I don't have the same power equation because you have the mic. So allow me to speak, or you speak and then I'll speak. But allow
please
me to
go
make
ahead,
my
sir.
point. Yes, thank you.
Go ahead.
I am saying, if this group is so dangerous and radical, I don't know much about this group, but if it is, A, the MHA should ban it. Number two, Ajit Doval has met them. They continue to operate in India. They operate few kilometers from the Prime Minister's residence. That is the question you don't want to address. And listen, they get all facilities in Delhi, not under state government, but under central government. You may cross-check me. And now for the second part, the Telangana budget has seen an allocation increase. It's a 2.91 lakh, 3 lakh crore budget. Out of 3 lakh crore, the only thing that has been picked up is a 3,000 crore, which is not even 1% of the budget. Actually, less than 1% of the budget has been picked up. And the increase in allocation is in size of the increase in the budget, 11.3%. So all sectors have increased. Now for the Dalit, for the SC sectors that you've seen have reduced, actually they have been put, because there have been specific SC OBC schemes that have been put in certain schemes, those allocations have been moved under those heads. So it's very unfair.
Viewers, if that is the rationale, then the FM is not guilty at all. But they will not apply the same yardsticks, viewers. I want to bring in the Telangana BJP here on this. Mr. Subhash, respond. It's only maths. Don't get confused. No one has lost anything. It's just been put under different heads, says Tehseen Poonawalla.
Yeah, so the Congress party, first of all, they should, practice what they preach on that. When the union budget was presented yesterday, the Telangana Congress, the government has specifically made an assembly session. Entire day, it was only accusing that, India government is not giving any funds to Telangana. Okay, all said and done, some of the states which really deserved, like Andhra Pradesh, it have been deprived for the development from past 5 years. They have been given states. We don't.
Mr. Subhash, what is your point?
We don't really. Yeah. You see, I point on it. So in Telangana, when the budget has been given, the presented today, none of the districts, none of the assembly constituencies or the parliament constituencies have given any specific development fund on that. So the difference is that when the budget is presented in the the union, the Telangana government says the Congress party says that we did not get allotment. Then what about the the districts which really deprived of the development? They did not even allot. And the issue about the minority welfare schemes is that this is the return gift where the Congress party has again and again appeasing the people of
in isolation. Ratan Sharda, your response. Return gift in isolation. They're even funding the Harkat, the Tablighi Jamaat. The original founders of the Harkatul Mujahideen were members of the TJ. I don't need to tell you a little bit about this group. I've already enunciated the facts.
मैम मैंने आपको बोला था पहले पूछ लीजिए.
Am I supposed to speak or he is supposed to speak?
No, you're supposed to speak, Mr. Sharda. I think this gentleman is just, I don't know, he's lost somewhere, he's in a car. Yes, he's speaking to somebody sitting next to him.
See, my point is, let us not just focus on Tablighi Jamaat, a lot of things. First of all, it's a payback time for Congress for getting 90% of the Muslim votes across India during Lok Sabha. Secondly, before somebody says, what about Hindus, what about expenses on Hindus, let me tell why we will be upset. Hindu funds are with government because all the wealthy temples are controlled by the government. So we have no funds of our own to celebrate our festivals or also to conduct our own classes or schools, etc. But in case of Muslims and Christians, they have their own institutions. They are biggest landholders. They have got their own funds. No government interferes with them. In that condition, how do you justify special expenses on these people, and especially talk of Ramzan? 33 crores on Ramzan celebration. Is it a national festival? Is it a festival for the entire state? What is it? So when you are one side demanding funds from the central government, crying injustice to Telangana and other opposition governments, here you are, spending 33 crores on a purely religious festival. Then coming again, the lowering of the reservation, etc. Do we believe that it's right for the tribal scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, which is one of the largest groups in Telangana also? We can't. Coming to Tablighi Jamaat, there is an article by Wire which says why we can't forget what the Modi government did to Tablighi Jamaat. Okay, so government oppressed Tablighi Jamaat. That is the news by the wire, not by me. Again, it says that the NSA went to meet to tell them to somehow vacate the place. What it says, the Union government made much of evacuating the area where the congregation was being held. The PM sent National Security Advisor Ajit Doval to reason, quote unquote, with the organizers who had been asking for safe evacuation for days. So this is what actually happened. So to say NSA जाके मिलते हैं, NSA दोस्ती करते हैं, sorry.
No,
It
this
was
is
done
a standard
to
Congress
possibly-
dilatory
Let me
tactics.
respond on that.
No, I'd like to
Standard,
clarify.
standard
I
Congress
will
dilatory
clarify.
tactics.
On
Even
one
I
side
looked
of
it
the
up.
debate,
Even I looked it up. I didn't want to constantly
No, I'd
bring
like
it
to
up
clarify
because
this.
even in
In
the
one
first
side-
debate, Tehseen Poonawala accused the government of being at fault for not doing enough to
simple
stop
submission
people
to
like
every government.
Amrit Pal from coming into parliament.
One second, I'd
this
like
is
to
their
clarify
standard.
this.
This is their
My
standard. This is their
simple
standard
view.
defense. They will not answer
See-
viewers. But,
May I please
but,
clarify?
Rahul, my simple submission, just one last submission.
But very importantly, yes, but very importantly,
Let
me tell you.
Just
let
one
me tell
small-
you.
one small
Let me tell you,
submission.
viewers, 99 MPs of the Congress made it back to Parliament. Almost double of their tally. That's because of you. If this is happening, it's on you, viewers. It's on no one else. That's fine. You can choose whoever you want to, but next time, look at who you're electing, what they're going to do when they come into office, how they're going to respond. I want to bring in the MIM, Adil Hassan, because I'm running out of time. Adil Hassan Saab, if you can hear me, I don't know. I think you may not be able to hear me, but I'm trying to get across to you. Do you think a party that equates meme with Bhim should be cutting the allocations for Bhim by almost 60%?
Rahul, we are not in the government and the budget is very less. It should be more than 5,000 crores.
There you go.
Yes, it should be more than 5,000 crores. We never object budget to any community.
There you go.
Even Dalit, tribal, any community. Everybody should get equal share.
There you
India
go.
is a country
Okay,
of diversity.
Will they accept that?
Everybody
giving
should
budget
get
to
the-
10,000 crores for the
There you
development
go.
of
Everybody
Hindu
should
temples?
There you go.
Rahul, you are
viewers.
getting
Come in, Rahul.
Rahul, you are
Rahul,
getting your voice.
let me-
Yes, I
Rahul,
am
you
now.
are getting your voice.
I am now
Just
getting your
ask-
voice. Yeah.
Rahul, everybody should get a opportunity
Rahul,
to
let me
develop.
come in,
Yes.
The government is giving. What is wrong?
Yes.
Everybody should, Dalit community,
Everyone.
minority community,
he's-
tribal
But they should
community,
get it
everybody
equally.
should get.
But they should
Ah,
get
you
it
want-
equally,
you-
right?
No, see, in Bihar, Chhath Puja celebration, more than 500 crores expended. Nobody objected. In Durga Puja celebration, Bengal government expend more than 1,000 crores. We
So
never
I'm
objected.
asking you,
Every
should
government-
60%
every
of the
government has-
allocation, should
It is
60%
not
of the
60%.
allocation, one minute,
No,
so
no,
60% of the allocation would be reduced for scheduled castes? Should it have been? I'm asking you, sir.
See, sir, Mr. Rahul, my concern is that Telangana government is just like same the Modi government. There is
Okay.
no Muslim minister in the
Okay,
cabinet.
viewers,
No Muslim minister.
viewers, for minorities,
No
the
Muslim,
spend
it
is up
same.
36.5%. Let's show that graphic as I wrap out. 36% the spend is up for minorities. Now let's go to the next. There you go. 63% down for scheduled caste for Dalits, viewers, that the Congress says we swear by. This is discrimination, viewers. It's as straightforward as that. I'm quoting straight out of the budget documents, not making anything up. I leave it at this. The Right Stand with Anand Narasimhan.